biographer Tom Bower has warned Meghan Markle against suing over his Bombshell new royal book. The author makes a series of explosive claims in Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors. Mr. Bower warned the Duchess of Sussex won't want to appear in court being cross-examined by my barrister as he discussed the prospect of Prince Harry's wife taking legal action over the unofficial biography. Asked by host Christine Lampard during an appearance on ITV's Lorraine, "Is it deemed a failure in your eyes if they don't try to sue?" Mr. Bower, who has also written books on Prime Minister Boris Johnson, former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn and Prince Charles, laughed and said, "I don't mind if they sue as long as they lose. So far thank goodness they've lost. I think that Meghan, if she sues, she won't want to appear in court being cross-examined by my barrister. So it's best if she doesn't sue." Asked if he thinks Meghan will read his book, Mr. Bower added, "Of course she'll read it, I'm sure she will, she can't resist." The acid pen biographer said he decided to write the royal biography after Meghan and Harry's Oprah Winfrey interview. Mr. Bower described the relationship between the Sussexes and the royal family as very toxic since Megxit and their interview with the US talk show host. He said, "I think they do their best, the Windsors, Prince Charles and the Queen, to keep it cool, but it's impossible, especially with Harry's memoir about to come out. But ever since Meghan left Britain then did the Oprah Winfrey interview, it's been really poisonous." Harry and Meghan quit royal duties in March 2020 and moved across the pond. The Sussexes are now living in California with their 2 children Archie and Lilibet. Bower still sensed danger from the deceptively dormant Meghan, a very scheming, very clever woman. After watching her with Oprah, he concluded, "This woman is doing something quite terrible to Britain and Harry has fallen in love with her, you know, in a ludicrous way, and has gone along as her accomplice. If only Harry had fallen in love with the former actress in a sensible way, like, say, Prince Charles did with his now venerated Camilla Parker Bowles." So if Bower's book, no less than the related interviews, seems suffused with a wild malice, perhaps it comes from a good and loyal place. It is to give the Queen a final happiness, that Meghan and Harry seem determined to deny, that Bower, as well as detailing Meghan's ex-lovers, her early hustling for acting roles and determined forging of a personal brand, is compelled to supplement his case against her with insults. He volunteers, for example, that when the former Suits star was interviewed by Larry King, Meghan looked unusually unattractive with greasy hair, rumpled clothes and peaky eyes. Finding this still harder to accept than Bower's conviction that reliance on notorious Markle haters is a persuasive approach, I had a look. Judge for yourself, but to this viewer the contrast between Bower's description and Markle's actual, appealing, appearance is something as editors might, for the sake of reader confidence, have checked on. As it is, they must already hope that a response from one quoted detractor, Sam Cashner, published in the Times last week, will be the last to raise doubts about authorial bias. "I found Ms. Markle," Cashner wrote, "to be exceptionally warm and gracious and admired her intelligence and her remarkable courage, as I still do." Bower retorts, "That just shows the power of Meghan." If the reader sometimes feels more balance might have strengthened his case, the experienced Bower perhaps felt a greater responsibility to awaken a nation yet to comprehend the threat of a controlling woman who is tellingly, a point not previously stressed, not dull. Schemingly, Meghan often wears high heels, but Bower is not fooled. If he's not the only tall man to betray some pride in having grown himself so successfully, it's still unusual to see this quality transformed into a royal threat detector. At Wimbledon with Kate, the physical comparison was unflattering to Meghan. On her own, Meghan's radiance won universal applause, but beside the taller, authoritative future queen the Duchess appeared diminished. Perhaps this could be deleted in any volume likely to be picked up by the Queen, 5'3", at this delicate point in her reign? But no logic, in this protracted bitchfest, governs what Bower won't gleefully cite in the Sussexes' disfavor, while overlooking similar lapses among his favorites. Harry's Oprah suit is ill-fitting. Thomas Markle looks like Thomas Markle. The more than sartorial shortcomings of Princess Michael's blackamoor brooch are likewise ignored. The Sussexes' favorite journalist Omid Scobie has a face, Bower adds by way of another irrelevant ad hominem, that changed after working in Japan. Presumably surgery is being referenced here, as opposed to the climate. Some would say, Bower adds, that as the royal editor for Harper's Bazaar, the Anglo-Iranian is a propagandist. Whether intended as an elegant malice diffuser or handy gossip vehicle, the some said/would say locutions perform heroically throughout the book, as in one passage about a charity executive, some would even say he was besotted by her. Some would say, incidentally, that it's unfortunate in a book that twits Harry for using a wrong word, recipe for formula, that Omid Scobie appears on one page as Omar Scobie.